Jesus said, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts out every branch that doesn't bear fruit, and He prunes the branches that do bear fruit so that they'll bear more fruit. He said, remain in me, and I will remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit unless it is connected to the vine, so you can't bear fruit unless you remain connected to me. I in you, and you in me. The one who stays connected to me, and I in him, will produce the most fruit. For without me, you really can't do anything. One of the great things about West Marin over here by Nicasio is the topography reminds me so much of Galilee. And it's perfect for growing grapes. Grapes need a lot of drainage, and so you've got to plant them on a hillside, and they need a lot of sun, bright sun, especially morning sun, and so they're normally planted on the south side of the hill. The Nicasio Reservoir, in this spot anyway, reminds me a lot of what the Sea of Galilee looked like, kind of nestled into the hills around Galilee. Of course, the Sea of Galilee was much, much bigger. But we've got a beautiful setting here to learn about the vine and the branches. And it's a beautiful afternoon today. And so the vineyard in Gethsemane was a lot like this hillside. And when Jesus was saying to his disciples and teaching them about the life of following him, and he gave the analogy of the grapevine, this is what he was doing, stopping, looking at a vine growing in the Gethsemane garden, and saying, I am the vine, you are the branches. And then he said this, any branch that doesn't bear fruit, my Father cuts off. At least that's what our translations say. Now the word for cuts off is actually the word used in other places for take up. And so a lot of people have said that the unfruitful life is removed. But I think what Jesus was really saying is, no, I'm not going to remove it. The unfruitful life, the life that's hanging down and not supported, I'm going to lift up. And my Father will lift it up, clean it up, and tie it off. And so now this branch, rather than being cut off, has a chance to be fruitful because Jesus and the Father have supported it. These grapevines are growing Cabernet Sauvignon grapes. And come this fall, these will be beautiful large clusters of purple grapes. Now John and Cynthia have told me that they can't let all of these branches remain. If they did, there would be a lot of little grapes. And the goal is to have a good, thick, plump, juicy grape that makes the best wine. And so what Jesus says he does is he prunes back branches so that they will be more fruitful. And so this branch, part of this branch anyway, has been sacrificed so that the best fruit will remain and grow. We're going to talk about how God does that in our life over the next months of the summer. God is in the process of pruning and tying up. Pruning and tying up. Because as Jesus says in this passage, what he really wants is not just fruit, not more fruit, but the most fruit. He said, if you remain in me and I remain in you, you will bear much fruit. So staying connected to the vine, allowing God to prune you, which is painful, getting good sun, and having a good strong trellis to build your life on, will give us the chance to bear the most fruit.